What's up, guys? It's Eric. If you're new to my channel, hit the like and subscribe button. In this, I'm going to share with you a coping hack of using salt as a grounding technique for anxiety and panic attacks. When it comes to my channel, I share a lot of experiences, tools, and resources. I also share a lot of coping. I do a lot of coping techniques too on TikTok. Even on Twitter, some of them even went viral, which is kind of cool. It's awesome to see the awareness out there brought. This right here is how to cope with salt. Somebody actually brought this up. This is not my original idea. Somebody brought this up to me and they were like, hey, salt is actually something I use to ground myself. And I thought, well, let me try this because I do struggle. I'm diagnosed with GAD, MDD, ADHD, PTSD. I do get anxiety attacks quite frequently sometimes. So what I ended up doing is I wanted to find out how this would work. So I went to a Subway, took a bunch of salt packets. Thank you, Subway. Took your salt packets. This is the most ingenious idea, though, in the world because now you have salt packets. They're super small, super thin. You can put them in your pocket. You can put them in your backpack. You can put them in your purse. You can put them wherever. So you have a couple salt packets on you. Anytime you go to a fast food restaurant, grab some salt packets. When an anxiety attack starts to hit, whether it's in school, whether it's at work, all you need to do is you pull out a salt packet. I just flick it once, open it up. Now, I'm not going through an anxiety attack right now, but this will give you an idea. Is you just take the salt. Down back, hung. Did you see what I just went through right there? I have goosebumps even from that. Just, oh. Grounding is using your senses. Sense of taste is a huge one. If you're going through an anxiety attack or a panic attack and it's that bad and you've lost yourself and you're starting to really freak out, that taste alone is going to draw you out of your thoughts and back to the present. You're going to lose track of that anxiety attack, that panic attack, because now all of a sudden all your mouth, now all of a sudden your brain is focusing on what's going on in here. That's the whole purpose behind grounding. Grounding is using different techniques and different senses to bring us out of our nightmare, essentially, that we're living in our brain, that disassociation, that vomiting, the shaking, the trembling, feeling like we're going to die. It's strong enough that it will shock your whole system and bring you right to your mouth. The other really cool thing I've also noticed with the salt, though, too, is not only does it get you out of your thoughts, sometimes I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. I'll have an anxiety attack and all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, I can feel it amping back up. I can feel my thoughts coming back up. And now all of a sudden I'm grounding myself again. This hits you so hard that the next thing you know, your brain is focused on trying to find something to drink because you want to wash that flavor out of your mouth. So it literally shifts your whole thought process. It doesn't just ground you, but it shifts a thought process to what I have to do next. That's why it's become one of my favorite grounding techniques, is because it shifts you to what do I have to do next? I got to get some water. I got to get some liquid into my mouth to get this and flush this out of my mouth so that we don't fall back into that trap where we start to go back into our thought process of what already got us into the panic attack. Because you got to remember, panic attacks are caused by a trigger. They're caused by our buildup of emotions and our thoughts going forward. That is like that hamster wheel starts spinning faster and faster until the anxiety attack happens. This helps prevent it, and then it changes that complete process of anything that you are doing that could recause the panic attack or anxiety, or not panic attack, excuse me, but the anxiety attack, and gets our thought process changed. Like my thought process still right now is, okay, I need to drink something else because this taste is still in my mouth. I'm focused on the taste. I'm not focused up here. And that's why it is one of my favorite grounding techniques is using salt, because let's face it, a lot of times when we're trying to ground ourselves, we don't want people to know, we don't want all this shit with us. And especially when you're at school or you're at work, we're afraid. We don't want people to understand or see that we're going through a panic attack or an anxiety attack. Especially if it's an anxiety attack, you're usually then hiding in the bathroom. You're in your car out in the parking lot because you don't want people to see this happening. These make it really easy that people don't understand what you really went through, so you don't draw that unneeded attention to you, and it gets you out of your head. Again, it's trial and error to find out what works for you, and it doesn't work necessarily for everybody. But again, I like sharing those tools and experiences because I know it does help somebody out there. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. Down below, I have links to all my different social media. I have links down below to the peer-to-peer support communities on Discord, just trying to bridge the gap between therapy and a crisis hotline, just sharing as many tools and resources as I can, just to help you fight through every single day because you matter. I also have links down below to things on Amazon, such as fidget spinners, fidget cubes, things that I use for anxiety that help me through the day if it gets a little too much. Even have a link down below to BetterHelp. Because again, it's trial and error to find out what works for you. If you've never been to therapy, try therapy. Coping is great, but coping is like patching a flat tire. It doesn't fix the problem. Therapy helps fix and work through what the true underlying cause is. Remember, you're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today, and you got this.